Oh dear, let me fix my video. Oh, still not fixed. That's best they can do. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Judge Law, and we are going to begin with our first appearance calendar with the State Court of Fulton County for today, August 30th, 2025. These are misdemeanor cases in which individuals were recently arrested and booked at the Fulton County Jail. Soon after being booked in, their cases were formally accused by the Solicitor General of Fulton County. When I address your case, if you are a defendant charged with a misdemeanor offense or offenses, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. If you are a family member, an alleged victim, someone here in support of a defendant or against a defendant, please listen very carefully. Stop moving and listen very carefully. Switch your video off and mute your screen. You can come back on when the defendant whom you're interested in addressing is on the screen. So,
Yes, ma'am.
Samsung, iPhone 2, and please switch your video off and mute your screen. So when I address your cases today, remember they've been just recently accused. I will let you know what is your new accusation number, what are the charges brought against you, appoint counsel to represent you, and also to provide you with a bond. Your bond can either be a signature bond in which you won't have to pay for it today, but you will have to comply with certain conditions in order to make sure that you retain your signature bond. Otherwise, you may receive what we call a surety bond or a cash bond, in which you would have to pay for the bond, either out of your own pocket or through a bonding company. Courtroom 2, who do we have, please?
Position number 9.
Position 9, thank you. um, This is State versus William Lawrence Scurry, accused of simple battery family violence from August 28, 2025. Mr. Scurry, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Miss Pinto. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
No.
Okay, first arrest. And Miss Bickerstaff, what's the recommendation?
Yes, good afternoon, Judge Law. The state's recommendation in this case is $2,000 surety bond. Just briefly, on August 28th at 635 Bedrick Lane, officers arrived there regarding a dispute, and officers spoke with his wife. Her name is Dee Campbell, and she stated that she was in the bed, and that is when the defendant came in the room and he slapped her in the face. No injuries were noted. I would like to sound for Miss Dee Campbell if she is on the Zoom at this time, Your Honor.
Dee Campbell, if you are present, this is the time to unmute and start your video. Dee Campbell.
Your Honor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms.
I
McLeod.
represent Miss Campbell. She was on yesterday and she was given a bond condition and no further violent contact with her husband. I just wanted the court to know that.
All right, that would be Diamond Gamble, and she got a $4,000 signature bond, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and Miss Bickerstaff, was there no violent contact in that bond order? Okay, I didn't look and see. Let me check and see.
Let me look and see. Let me see if I can.
It's 25 CR 005-125C.
CR 00, I'm sorry.
005-125C. She's the cross defendant. Yeah, it was no violent contact with William Scurry.
Okay. Let me, as I'm pulling it up, 25 CR 005 1, 2, 5, 6. If it is the same, let's see. Slow. Her order, his wife's order is yes, it's no further violent contact. So the state's position is for the defendant to have no further violent contact with his wife as well.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Pinto, on Mr. Scurry is going to be a 3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further violent contact with Diamond Campbell. And he will also attend and complete 2 anger awareness classes with the pretrial services. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And his next court date will be mailed to his current address. So, Mr. Scurry, both you and your companion were both arrested. So now both of you have signature bonds, and you can come visit pretrial services once a month together. And you also need to complete an anger awareness program, 2 of them. And between the 2 of you, you now both have a court order requiring both of you to have no violent contact, which means no physical and no verbal altercation that may result in the officers being involved again. Because if the officer has to show up, then most likely both of you will be back in jail and your bonds will be revoked. Make sure your addresses are current with the court, and we'll see you when we send you your summons. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I be heard on this case?
What else would you like to address, Ms. Pinto?
I just wanted to address, Judge, that pretrial recommended a signature bond through the jail. That's what I was going to ask the court
No.
for.
This is domestic violence. I'm not doing jail.
Understood, Judge. I just wanted to point out that the wife, the cross defendant, she was charged with 4 counts, 2 counts of battery family violence, 2 counts of simple battery family violence.
I saw that.
Okay.
I saw
I
that.
just wanted to be heard, Judge.
Understood. Thank you, Ms. Pinto. Quorum 2, who do we have next?
Number 12, Mr. Thomas.
Okay. Brendan Carl Thomas has got one charge of battery from September 9th of 2024, case 25 CR 5161D. Mr. Thomas has been advised of his rights, and his attorney is Ms. McLeod. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
3rd, 2023, I got a simple battery with no disposition. Another 2023 simple battery, no law.
Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is asking for a $3,000 surety bond on this case and to have no further contact with Jamie Young, as well as to complete eight anger management classes. Just briefly, Your Honor, on September 9th of 2024 at 3717 College Street, officer spoke with Jamie Young, who stated that her ex-boyfriend and her who is the defendant, got into an argument where she then elected to take him home. Once at the street of his house, she began to smoke a small cigar. The defendant snatched the cigar out of her mouth and he began striking her repeatedly. Officers noted in their report that he pulled out some of her locks and they noticed a busted lip on Miss Young. So that's the reason for the state's bond request, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Jamie Young, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute and start your video. Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. This alleged incident happened almost a year. My client denies that he was the primary aggressor in that. These allegations were all made by the alleged victim. She went to the police and made these allegations. So the warrant was obtained purely on her assertions to the police. My client tells me that that was not what happened at all. They got into an argument and she struck him, and that is what happened. However, they are no longer in contact with each other. They're not in a relationship at all. So if the court would consider signature bond for my client, that would be good, because he tells me that he just recently started to do DoorDash. was unemployed, but he is now currently employed, but he's only been working for about a month, Your Honor. So I would ask court to take that in consideration in setting his bond and also take into consideration the fact that this alleged incident happened more than, well, almost a year ago. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Bond is set at 2,500. It's a signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. No further contact with Jamie Young. And while he's reporting to pretrial once a month, he'll complete 2 anger awareness classes. No illegal drugs and no weapons and firearms. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, that concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Enjoy your weekend. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mhm.
You too.
You too.
Position number 5, Mr. Lowe.
Jean Lowe, Lowe, is accused of battery, family violence, and obstruction or hindering a person from making an emergency phone call. Accusation 25 CR 5157H. This incident allegedly occurred on August 29th of this year. And Mr. Lowe, you've been advised of your rights. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
No.
Okay. And Ms. Bickerstaff? I'm sorry,
Sir.
please unmute. Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. The state's recommendation in this case is a $3,500 surety bond to have no further contact with the victim, Ms. Kimberly Young, who is the defendant's mother in this case, Your Honor, and to take 4 anger management classes. Just briefly, Your Honor, on the day in question, the defendant
Can I just pause for 1
Mhm.
second? I do excuse me.
Mhm.
Miss Kimberly Young is driving a car and we're going to remove her from Zoom until she's parked. Please
I
do
can pull
so.
over. I'm pulling over now.
Well, remove her until she can come back in. Miss Grace, please.
I am. I'm stopped. I'm stopped.
Okay. All right, continue, Miss Bickerstaff.
Yes, Your Honor. So on yesterday, the defendant assaulted Miss Kimberly Young, his mother, when she asked him to leave by punching her. Officers were able to identify that Miss Young had visible bruising to both her arms and swelling around her lips. When asked whether she wanted medical attention, she denied it. So that is the reason for the state's recommendation. Miss Young is in this hearing, so the state would like to sound for her at the appropriate time.
All right. Miss Thomas, what's your recommendation? Miss Young must be still trying to park the car.
No,
Yeah.
I'm here.
All right, then start your video.
Okay. I'm sorry. I had it on. So I just
Raise your right hand. Raise your right hand.
oh, I'm sorry.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
All right, what would you like to tell us?
I want to drop, like I stated to the young lady, I want to drop the charges. I just would like for him to go to anger management. He's never been in trouble or anything. I think that maybe he was going through something at the time. Also, do maybe go undergo an evaluation, because we were in the process of trying to see if that was something that we could do anyway. I'll do whatever I need to do to help. I don't want to. I want him to do whatever he needs to do to get this, and not for this not to show up on his record, because he's worked hard for 27 years to stay out of trouble and stuff. It's just this was a isolated incident. I don't think it'll happen again.
Is he currently seeing a therapist or any kind of mental health provider?
That's what we were actually in the process of doing, because
that's all I wanted to know. Thank you. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
On the battery, family violence, that's going to be a $2,500 bond. Hindering a person from making an emergency phone call, that's going to be a $1,000 bond. His total bond is $3,500. It is a signature bond through pretrial services, level 2.
Thank you.
The decision to drop the charges, as you put it, Ms. Young, is completely up to the prosecutor, not the alleged victim. But in the meantime, I'm going to give Mr. Lowe a signature bond. Once he's released, he is to go for a continue to see his he needs to, I guess,
Undergo
find one.
evaluation.
Okay. Yeah, but he needs to find a healthcare provider and undergo an MHET, which is a mental health evaluation. and submit himself to any treatment. This evaluation and treatment must be done within 10 days of being released. It must be done, and then he must show his pretrial officer that he has seen a healthcare provider within 10 days of being released, and that whatever the provider requires, treatment, counseling, medication, he must comply with it. Within 30 days of being released, he will enroll in a domestic violence intervention program. This is a series of 24 classes, and he will attend and complete all these classes at his expense. He's to have no violent contact with Kimberly Young. Miss Young, if you want him to continue living with you, that's up to you, or you can tell him to find another place, and he'll be required to do that. His next
He's welcome to. Sorry,
court date is going to be sent to his current mailing address. If he changes his address, he needs to let us know in writing. He reports to pretrial twice a month. If he doesn't report to pretrial, if he doesn't do his evaluation, if he doesn't start his classes, if he gets arrested again, or if he doesn't report to court when summoned, his $3,500 signature bond will be converted to either a cash bond or a surety bond. All right, we will see you at your next court date. Thank you, Mr. Lowe.
Position number 6, Mr. Lane.
Quintavious Rains is accused of theft by taking from August 14th of this year. Mr. Rains, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Pinto, and your case number is 25 CR 5158F. Mr. Howard?
7. You got to open possession of a Schedule 1 theft by receiving. Out of Cobb in Douglas County. No, I'm sorry, out of Douglas. You got to open trespass as well. It's 25 CR 010218. That's evading transportation fare. 2024, given false name conviction, and the other charges he had was dismissed: a terrorist threats and a simple assault.
All right, thank you. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor. On the day in question, the defendant took $720 from a stranger after asking to use his phone. So the state's request in this case is a $1,000 surety bond.
All right. And Ms. Pinto?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Rains is 23 years old. He's lived in the Atlanta area his entire life. He has a child on the way. The baby is due December 13th, and their first ultrasound is Monday, and he'd really like to be able to attend that. His whole family is in Georgia. He did graduate high school. He's also supposed to start a job as an assistant manager at AutoZone on Monday. We do deny the allegations as laid out in the warrants, and he did mention to me that the Douglas County case has been dismissed. Pretrial recommended a signature bond at level 2. We would ask for a signature bond for Mr. Rains.
Your Honor, I don't mean to interrupt, but there's a theft by deception. Is that dismissed?
Yep, I'm going to find out about that. Ms. Bickerstaff, that was a separate count of theft by deception. Have you all NOD'd that charge?
Yes, Your Honor. The state elected to dismiss that charge. It's showing not NOD'd on my end. Is it not showing on everyone else's?
It's still on the
No.
jailing screen, but
It's still showing a current charge.
I'll resubmit.
Oh, no, hang on, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's NOD'd on the booking screen.
Okay.
Okay. Deputy, do you see that? It's NOD'd on the,
I haven't been back on.
okay, but it's no longer on docket. Okay. And Ms. Pinto?
yes, Judge.
Well, yes, your response? They're asking for $1,000 surety bond.
Right, we're asking for a signature bond. Pretrial also recommended a signature bond at level 2. He has strong ties to the community. He's lived in Atlanta his entire life. His entire family is
Oh, I'm
here.
sorry. You did say, right? He's getting a job with some company?
AutoZone, he starts
Yeah.
on Monday, and his
Sorry.
first child also has their first ultrasound on Monday as well. So we'd really like to get him out on a signature bond.
Well, that's good, except that let's check out what's his other case about. Because it didn't show up on the screen when we were looking.
What
was
other case do you mean, Judge?
025 CR 010-218.
I think it was another jurisdiction. But this other
Oh,
jurisdictions use 25 CR as well. The CRs. I just found
okay.
that out the other day. I thought it was just us, but apparently not.
And do you know which jurisdiction that's in?
Let me see.
It looks like it's municipal. According to the pretrial report, it says an Atlanta case.
Okay.
Fair evasion.
On the theft by taking, it's going to be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services, level 3. He will report to pretrial services once a week. He's to have no contact with Nathan Ramsey, and he's to stay away from the West End Martyr Station. Thank you.
Now this per judge because you already got an open theft, so
Understood. But was he on a signature bond there?
that's not in Fulton.
Okay.
Oh, I'd have revoked that if he was, but nah, that's
All right.
not here.
And stay away from West End Martyr. Thank you.
Number 6, Evans. I'm,
It's 3. Lee Kevin Evans, is that correct?
yes, I'm sorry, number 3.
That's okay. Case is 25 CR 5154Y, accused of battery from August 29th of this year. And Mr. Evans, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Miss Bianca Thomas. Any priors?
Did Evans have a DUI too? It's just batteries?
No, no, the
Okay.
DUI is on Blake.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Evans, I got on probation for ag assault. 25 SC 001-509. In May they gave him
001-509. Okay.
Yeah, in May they gave him 2 years probation.
Mhm.
He has a probation hold as well. I
Uh-huh.
saw a 2025 DUI arrest. 2021 DUI.
Okay.
That's it.
Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is a $5,000 surety bond to have no further contact with the victim, Arasia Dixon. That's ArYsia Dixon, common spelling. And to have no further contact with G. Carter, as well as to complete 12 hours of anger management, no weapons, no alcohol, drugs, as well, Your Honor. Just briefly, on yesterday at 4265 Shirley Drive, officers observed a Black man yelling outside of the location, and they spoke with Arisha Dixon, I'm sorry, who had visible redness on her body, and the officer noted that she was clutching her arm. And then later, while speaking to her, she began to violently shake, Your Honor. An independent witness, Greg Carter, told officers that he witnessed the defendant yelling at Miss Dixon and stomping Miss Dixon. So given the facts, Your Honor, and the current probation for ag assault, that is the reason for the state's bond request.
Okay.
And I would like to sound for Miss Dixon if she's on the Zoom.
All right. Horatio Dixon, if you're on Zoom, this is the time to unmute and start your video.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. Briefly about Mr. Evans, he is 38 years of age, long-term Georgia resident. He and Miss Dixon were in a relationship. They had been in a relationship for the past 2.5 years. They do not share any children. However, Mr. Evans is a father of 2 kids, a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old. He did express that he completed some high school and currently is unemployed. He was working through a temp service and was supposed to be working at Top Notch. but since he's been incarcerated, he hasn't been able to do so. They were staying at a hotel residence, Your Honor. Mr. Evans says that he still does have personal belongings. As far as being able to afford bonds, Mr. Evans will not be able to afford any type of bond, Your Honor. We would be asking for a reasonable bond amount, no more than $1,000. And for Mr. Evans to have a one-time police escort, if the court permits, to retrieve his personal belongings. He was informed that, given the nature of these allegations, that it would be likely that he would have no further contact with Ms. Dixon,
Okay.
and he understands.
Anything else?
That's it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Bond is set at 3,000. It is a surety bond. No further contact with Aricia Dixon and G. Carter. Stay away from the 4265 Shirley Drive in South Fulton location. He's allowed a one-time visit with law enforcement to retrieve his belongings, and that visit cannot exceed 1 hour. His next court date will be September 11th, and he is not to consume any illegal drugs, no alcohol, and not allowed to own or possess any firearms. Thank you.
Thank you.
Position number 2, Blake.
Christopher Blake is accused of simple battery, family violence, driving under the influence of alcohol less safe, driving with improper erratic lane change, and driving under the influence of alcohol per se. Mr. Blake, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Thomas. Any priors?
Yeah, third 2021 DUI. It was reduced to reckless driving conviction. 2018 possession of marijuana dismissed.
Okay. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is a total of a $4,000 surety bond in this case. For the simple battery, family violence, we're asking for a $1,000 surety, DUI less safe, $500. Improper lane change, $500. And for DUI per se, it's a $2,000 surety bond. Just briefly, yesterday, Your Honor, on yesterday, officers observed the victim, Tayon Johnson, that's Teyon, walking on Jonesboro Road from where the vehicle was stalled. Johnson told officers that the defendant, Mr. Deshaun Blake, punched him in the mouth. He stated that this is his partner and that they live together. And when officers spoke with the defendant, they observed a stalled car with rear damage. They smelled alcohol coming from his person and slurred speech. Officers were able to obtain a blood alcohol level, which was the result of 0.186. So that is the reason for the state's recommendation for bond.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Blake is 27 years of age. He expressed to me that he and Mr. Johnson had been in a 6-month relationship. Mr. Johnson was actually living with Mr. Blake. However, he is unsure whether or not Mr. Johnson is still at his residence. It was his residence. Mr. Johnson is not on the lease. He expressed that Mr. Johnson may not have access to the home either. Mr. Black also expressed that he has no DV history. Your Honor, we're asking the court to consider that. He also expressed that the reckless driving charge was dismissed. Mr. Blake has been a Georgia resident since 2016. He obtained his master's degree from Morehouse. He also works full-time in education, Your Honor. We would be asking for a signature bond. If Mr. Blake is not eligible for a signature bond, Your Honor, we would be asking for it at minimum a split bond on these charges, Your Honor.
All right. On the simple battery family violence, it's going to be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. The DUI less safe, that's going to be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Improper erratic lane change, that's going to be a $500 signature bond through pretrial level 2. And on the driving under the influence of alcohol per se, that's going to be a $3,000 surety bond. His total bond is going to be a $5,500 split bond. Once he posts a $3,000 portion, he will be required to report to pretrial twice a month. He's not allowed to consume any illegal drugs and no alcoholic beverages, and he will be subject to random screens. no driving unless he has a valid driver's license, which, as you know, is going to be suspended within the next 30 days. And or if he has a qualified limited driving permit issued pursuant to a ALS hearing. And his next court date is September 11th.
Thank you.
Your Honor, stand by. I gotta get the remaining of it.
All right. While we are waiting, on position do we have any waivers on this calendar?
Yes, Your Honor, I did submit one waiver for a Mr. Dominique Gay, but I do not see him on the calendar.
Yep, I didn't see that either. So let's find out from the deputy what's the status of Mr. Gay.
Okay.
Are there any resets from this calendar?
Yes, Your Honor. I was informed that a Mr. Marquez King, I believe he may be position 4, is a MH reset.
Okay, this will be reset to Monday, September 1st.
I'm not
Position
sure.
number 10 is a reset as well. He's a MH reset.
Position number 3,
Number 10,
number 10,
Christopher Sheet.
Christopher Sheets. Yep, Ms. Pinto, is that your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so this is going to be an MH reset to, when we address it on September 1st, you would need to either determine whether you want him to go straight to the 11 a.m. competency calendar on the 4th, or whether you would like to address him on Monday, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe
competency-
Mr. King has previously been on the competency calendar, so that might be our announcement for Monday.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying is with Christopher Sheets also, if that's the situation.
Okay, sorry.
All right, so position 10 is going to be an MH reset as well. Just to go over position 2, Blake, that's a $5,500 split bond. Reset date is September 11th. Position 3, Evans, is a $3,000 surety bond. Reset September 11th. Position 4 is an MH reset to September 1st. Position 5 is a 3,500 signature bond to pretrial level 2. Position 6, Rains, is a $3,000 signature bond to pretrial level 3. Waiting on positions 1, 7, and 8. And then position 9 is a $3,000 signature bond to pretrial level 1. And position 10 is an MH reset to September 1st. And then position 11, we're waiting to address that. Position 12 is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial with a DVIP requirement. And we are waiting to address position 13 and 14. And we are back to courtroom 2.
Position number 1, Mr. Bailey.
Okay. Marvin Bailey, okay, excuse me. This is an announcement for those of you who just joined us at the jail court in courtroom 2. My name is Judge Lal, and we're going to be addressing the misdemeanor cases brought against you. Your cases have now been formally accused by the Solicitor General's Office of Fulton County. When I address each of your cases, please remember that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you in the treatment of your case. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to represent you. Marvin Bailey is accused of theft by shoplifting, willful obstruction of an officer, and misdemeanor possession of marijuana from August 29th. Mr. Bailey, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Thomas. Any priors?
34. You got FTA from this year. Probation, 2025 battery conviction, 2024 felony theft by taking conviction. 2024 theft by receiving, fleeing an officer, false report of a crime, hit and run conviction.
That's good. Thank you. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's request for bond is a $2,000 surety bond. For the theft by shoplifting, it will be $1,000 surety, and for the willful obstruction, $500, and for the possession of marijuana, $500. Just briefly, yes, Your Honor, excuse me. On yesterday at 4894 Old National Highway, this is the Dollar General. Officers spoke with an employee who stated that the defendant had just left the store without paying for several different items. Officers walked to the back of the store, and that's where they saw the defendant, where he attempted to flee after being asked to stay. Once detained, the officers did search his person and found marijuana in his belongings. So that is the reason for the state's bond request, in addition to his criminal history for theft.
Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Bailey is 37 years of age. He did express to me that he had been struggling and homeless for some time. The alleged items were cleaning supplies. He did express that he was in need, Your Honor, honestly. He expressed that he has been attending a drug accountability court. He's been attending that program daily. I believe that program is called Rise Up, and it's for substance abuse, Your Honor. He does have daily contacts. He did provide one woman's name, Misty Davis, that he's been trying to get in contact with. I actually tried to as well, but I believe because of the weekend, then they're just not answering calls. Mr. Bailey did obtain his GED. Again, he's been trying to get assistance with Rise Up. That includes employment. Mr. Bailey expressed that he's a father of 7 boys and 2 daughters. He has one child that's just turned 4 years of age, Your Honor. Mr. Bailey did understand that he cannot go back to the Dollar General or Old National. He said that he hasn't been stable in a very long time, and this has been the only time that he has had any stability, and he's desperate to get back to the Rise Up program so that he can continue getting assistance, Your Honor. We understand his history. Given that these are non-violent offenses, Your Honor, we ask the court to consider that. We would be asking if he's not eligible for a signature bond, for the lowest bond possible for these charges, Your Honor.
Okay. On the theft by shoplifting, that's going to be a $25 cash bond. On the willful obstruction, it's going to be a $5 cash bond. Misdemeanor possession of marijuana, that's going to be a $5 cash bond. His total bond is going to be $35 cash bond. And to stay away from the Dollar General store at 4894 Old National Highway. If he gets arrested again, well, simply bring a lot more money back to jail. His next court date is going to be September 11. He doesn't qualify for a signature bond because of his FTA, not to mention his numerous cycles.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Deputy?
Number 11, Strozier.
David Strozier got charged of loitering or prowling from August 29th of this year, case 25 CR 5166A. Mr. Strozier, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is Ms. Pinto. Any priors?
8. He got a bench warrant for some wanted out of the cab, and has a Chambly warrant as well. 2025 fade to appear. 2025 trespass nolo. Another 2025 fade to appear. 2024 shoplifting conviction.
Thank you. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is a $1,000 surety bond. Just briefly, on yesterday at 131 Ponce de Leon Avenue, officers made contact with Anthony Wilson, who was doing security at near J.R. Crickett's. He told officers that he and his partner, or that he witnessed the defendant break a window, and he was in the area of the location. So the state's recommendation is a $1,000 surety bond, and to stay away from the incident location, Your Honor.
Ms. Pinto?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Strozier is 22 years old. He's lived in Atlanta his entire life. His whole family is here. He did do 2 years of college at Georgia State. We do have a good mailing address for him on file. We are asking for a signature bond. That's the only thing Mr. Strozier could afford.
All right. I think his signature bond through pretrial from case number 25 CR 0008018. It was $3,000 signature bond through pretrial, and that has been surrendered. So that bond is currently a $3,000 surety bond. For this new case, is going to be a $1,000 surety bond, and to stay away from 131 Ponce de Leon Avenue, the JR Cricket's restaurant. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And his next court date is going to be September 11th. And we're going to reset both these cases, the current one as well as 25 CR 0008018. Currently, Mr. Strozier, your total bond obligation is $4,000. Thank you.
So the bond you just said was 2,000?
The one I just said is 1,000, and his bond surrender in his other case is 3,000.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Next is number 13, Tori.
Okay. Andre Torrey has got a charge of battery, criminal trespass, and willful obstruction of an officer from August 29th of this year, case 25 CR 51628. Mr. Torrey, you've been advised of your rights, and your attorney is going to be Ms. Pinto. Any priors?
5. 2020 ag assault, criminal damage to property conviction. 2019 criminal damage to property, first offender.
Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is asking for a $3,000 surety bond for the battery, $2,000, criminal trespass and willful obstruction to be $500. Your Honor, just briefly, on yesterday at 427 Elm Street, officers arrived and witnessed a black male who was identified as the defendant approach, as they identified him and saw him, and as they had tried to approach him, he attempted to flee. Officers were able to detain the defendant. Officers spoke with the victim, whose name is Mustafa Dumyamya. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the last name, but it's spelled Dumbyua. He stated to the officers that he did not know the defendant, but he did ask the defendant to get off the property. When the defendant did not get off of the property, he ran inside of the house, and that is when a physical altercation took place between the two parties. The officer did state in his report that he observed scratches on the victim's arm. I would like to sound for the victim in case he's on the Zoom call at the appropriate time, Your Honor.
Okay. Mustafa Dumbeye? All right. No. Ms. Pinto?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Torrey's 31 years old. He's lived in Atlanta for about 5 years. He was in the military and moved to Georgia after the end of his service. His immediate family are all here in Georgia. He did graduate high school and did some college at Chattahoochee Tech. His last job was working at Waffle House, and he also receives a veteran's disability check. We are asking for a signature bond. Mr. Torrey doesn't have the funds to pay any type of bond. So we would ask, that's what we would ask for.
Okay. On the battery charge, it's going to be $1,000 surety bond. The criminal trespass is $750 signature bond through pretrial level 2. And the willful obstruction is going to be a $750 signature bond pretrial level 2. This is going to be a $2,500 split bond. No further contact with Mr. Mustafa Dumbeye, and to stay away from 427 Elm Street in Atlanta, Georgia. No illegal drugs, alcohol, and weapons. His next court date is going to be September 11th. Thank you.
Number 14,
Mark Allen Urbeck is accused of an unlawful conduct during a 911 call for the purposes of annoying, harassing officers or 911 officers from August 28th, 2025 appears to be the incident date. His accusations, 25 CR 5163E. Mr. Urbeck, you've been advised of your right to remain silent. Your attorney at the present time is Ms. Thomas. Any priors?
No.
Just to clarify, Judge, Mr. Urbach would like to represent himself today.
All right. Mr. Urbach, you do have a right to an attorney if you cannot afford one, or if you're currently unable to retain one while you're detained, the Public Defender's Office is willing to represent you. But if you choose to waive your right to counsel at the present time, then you can either choose to represent yourself or exercise your right to remain silent, and we will proceed. If you choose to represent yourself, you are responsible for the impact of any of your legal decision upon bond consideration, your freedom, any other open cases you may have, or the nature of your defenses. So, would you like to have appointed counsel at the present time, or would you like to waive your right to counsel?
Your Honor, I'd like to waive my right to counsel and represent myself, please.
All right. Would you like to waive your right to remain silent, or would you like to remain silent?
I would like to speak on my behalf.
So you'll be waiving your right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Howard, any priors to Mr. Urbach?
No.
Okay. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's asking for a $1,000 signature bond and to have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Just briefly, on August 28th of this year, the defendant called 911 several times, specifically about 8 times. The defendant was asking to speak to a sergeant, and he never had an actual emergency. So that is the reason for the state's recommendation.
All right. And Mr. Urbach, the state is recommending a release bond. That doesn't mean that your case is dismissed. It simply means that you don't have to pay for your bond today. You simply have to comply with the conditions of the bond, including not getting arrested again, reporting to court when summoned, and reporting to pretrial once a month. But if you want to say something, 2 things will definitely happen. Number 1, it will definitely jeopardize any defenses you may have, and you may possibly lose your signature bond.
I
So
understand.
would you like to say something, or would you like to go with the signature bond?
I'd like to go with the signature bond, Your Honor.
Bond is set at $1,000. It's a signature bond through pretrial services, level 1. You are to report to pretrial once a month. And if you get arrested again for anything else, if you don't report to court, or if you violate the conditions of your bond, you will be rearrested, and the $1,000 signature bond will convert to a surety bond. The special condition to your bond is that you're not allowed to call 911 unless you have a bona fide emergency.
Can I speak? Your Honor, the officer here helped me. I'm sorry, I was a little confused. I wanted to testify to tell the truth. I know I'm innocent. My friend who was attacked, he wanted me to call 911, and that's why I called 911. My friend was viciously attacked. He asked me to call 911. I'm sorry.
Mr. Urbach, your lack of legal knowledge is very stark at the present time. This is a bond hearing. This is first appearance.
Yes,
The
Your
officer and your witnesses are not present, and this is not a hearing to determine whether to dismiss the charge or not. There are currently probable cause for the charge, and now that you've got a release bond, you can go hire an attorney, or you can appear in court pro se, at which time you can request a preliminary hearing and to challenge the charge to see whether it proceeds to trial. But at the present time, I'm not here to determine whether there's probable cause or not. That's already been established.
Yes,
All
Your
right? So
Right.
if you don't understand what's your next step, I recommend that you shut up and go speak to an attorney. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Good. Case is further notice. Thank you. Deputy, did we have another one? Oh, yes. Position 7 and 8. Where are we with those 2 cases?
Position 7.
Jeremiah Richardson.
I'm going to get her now, Miss Sanford, she was in felony court, so I gotta go check and see if she's on back there.
All right, folks, we'll be in a brief recess until position 7 and 8 appear.
Your Honor, can I ask a question before you go in recess?
You need to unmute and you need to start your video.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Do you have Bernard Spencer on your docket?
Spencer?
He was on the pool sheet, but I don't know what happened with him.
NOC, I just chatted her,
Okay. The case has been dismissed.
Okay, so can you tell me what I do? Do I need to,
Number one, you never have your kids on Zoom when it's a criminal case. Number two, within 24 hours, you can go to the jail to pick him up or he'll call you.
yes, ma'am, thank you, I'm sorry about that.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Leave this, yeah, Miss Grace, please remove her from Zoom. They all think this is a Disney show with kids. All right. All right, folks, we'll be in a brief recess until the other two cases appear. Thank you. Miss Champion, whatever you have, you can send it to me right now if it's ready. Thank you.
Hey, Judge, were y'all waiting on position 29, Ms. Sanford, Ms. Sanford?
Yes, we are. Thank you.
Right here.
Is Miss Jeremiah Richardson there too? No?
No, I haven't brought her over yet.
Okay. Krishanda Sanford is accused of simple assault from August 28, 2025, case number 25 CR 5160B. Ms. Sanford, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney, and representing you today is Ms. Louisa Pinto. Any priors, Mr. Howard?
11. 6 arrests this year. I got an open case out of Fulton burglary.
Mhm.
Criminal damage to property, second degree, 25 SC 003 979. Got an open 2025 case out of Wisconsin. Criminal damage to property and bail jumping. Got 2025 trespass arrest. 2025 disorderly conduct, resisting an officer obstructing. 2025 bail jumping arrest. And 2023 failure to appear.
Thank you. Ms. Bickerstaff?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is a $2,000 surety bond for her to have no further contact with Miss Sandra Eli, E-L-E-Y, and to stay away from the incident location 866 Marion Avenue, Southwest Atlanta. Just briefly, Your Honor, on Thursday, August 28th, officers arrived to the location and they spoke with Mr. Eli, is to stay away from Mr. Eli. And he told officers that the defendant was yelling and stating that she would stab him, that she was going to stab him with a knife after brandishing the knife at him.
I didn't get her.
Let me see. His name, Your Honor, I misspoke. It's not Sandra Eli. Mr. Eli's first name is Alexander Eli. So to stay away, I guess, from the Elis, let me say that. So that's the state's recommendation.
Okay, and Ms. Pinto?
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Sanford's 32 years old. She's lived in Atlanta her entire life. The majority of her family is also in Georgia. She's currently in school studying global economics at Troy University. And she also has a job working at Chipotle. She is fine with no contact with the alleged victim and stay away from the location. Her current bond is $1,500. I would ask for $1,000 surety.
Yeah. Bond remains at 1,500. It's a surety bond. Stay away from 866 Marion Avenue in Southeast Atlanta. No further contact with Alexander, E-L-E-Y. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, no weapons, and her next court date is September 11th.
Am I able to get a signature bond?
You don't qualify, ma'am. You've got an FTA and you've got multiple arrests from this year. You pose a very high likelihood to reoffend.
Okay.
And Judge, we're standing by on Miss Jemiah.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Howard, before Ms. Richardson joins us, what's her history, please? Position 7.
Second arrest, 2025 hindering 911 call, ag assault, trespass, Clayton County.
Okay. Thank you.
Number 7, Richardson.
Thank you. This is State versus Jemiah Latrice Richardson, case number 25 CR 005-159Y. Ms. Richardson, my name is Judge Lal, and your misdemeanor case was recently accused by the prosecutor in Fulton County. You have now been charged with simple battery and reckless conduct from November 18th, 2024. That's the incident date. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney, and representing you at the present time is Miss Louise Pinto. Ms. Bickerstaff, did you hear the history before?
Yes, I did.
All right, and what's your recommendation?
The state's recommendation is a $6,000 surety bond. We're asking $3,000 on each charge. Just briefly, on November 18th of last year at 2091 Metropolitan Parkway, this is a McDonald's. Officer spoke with the victim. Her name is Miss Deja Green, who stated that two women entered the establishment and they complained about their food. One lady wearing a black jacket and black pants, identified as the defendant, got in the victim's face and began threatening and pushing her, Your Honor. And as that took place, the victim began to defend herself. The other lady pulled out a gun and chased her to the back of the store. However, Your Honor, the video surveillance showed two women walking back to the front of the store, retrieving their food and leaving. The officer note in the warrant that the video showed the defendant pulling out a pistol, pointing it at the staff and the victim, and then continuing to attack the victim. So that is the reason for the state's recommendation.
All right. And one of the victims' name was Glenn, and was there a Bulgar?
Yes, that is the co-defendant in this case.
Okay.
And Your Honor, the state would like to sound for Miss Deja Glenn, if she's on the Zoom.
All right. Deja Glenn? I don't have anybody else on Zoom. All right, Miss Pinto?
Thank you, Judge. Miss Richardson is 20 years old. She's lived in Georgia her entire life. She has one child who is 1 year old. Her whole family is here in Georgia. She graduated high school and is currently studying nursing at Atlanta Technical. This is, as we heard, only her second arrest. As I understand, she has no convictions. Pre-trial recommended a signature bond at level 2, and we would ask for the same.
Okay. On the simple battery, that's going to be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 3, and she'll report to pretrial once a week. On the reckless conduct, that's going to be a $2,000 surety bond. So it's a $4,000 split bond. Next court date is September 11th. She's to have no further contact with Deja Glenn, to stay 200 yards away from this person and not communicate with her in any way, form, or manner. She's also to stay 200 yards away from the McDonald's restaurant at 2091 Metropolitan Parkway, and I believe that's in Southwest Atlanta. No illegal drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons and no firearms. She's not allowed to have a firearm on her person, in her home, anywhere near her, or in any vehicle that she occupies. She'll be subject to random screens for alcohol and drugs, illegal drugs, that is. If she makes bond and she changes her address, make sure that we know her change of address in writing. Thank you.
Your Honor, what level was the pre-trial bond?
Level 3.
Thank you.
All right. Just to go over the new cases, position 1 was a $35 cash bond. Reset date is 9/11. I think Jemiah Richardson's a $4,000 split bond, 9/11. Sanford's a $1,500 surety bond, reset 9/11. All right, we already addressed Scurry. David Strozier is a $3,000 surety bond, reset with his other case to 9/11. And then I think we already, Braden Thomas is a 2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Tory is a $2,500 split bond, reset date 9/11. And
What was Tori?
2,500 split bond,
Okay.
$1,000 surety, and then the other two was $750 each, signature bond to pretrial level 2. And Urbach was a $1,000 signature bond to pretrial level 1.
Let me get number 6, total bond. Well, it's only one charge.
Number 6 was a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3.
Thank you.
No
And Judge,
contact with.
11, I heard you say 3,000. I thought it was a $1,000 surety.
Which one was that?
Position 11.
Position 11. Yeah,
I got 1,000.
yeah, it is 1,000. I think I wrote down 3,000 when Miss Bickerstaff was talking. Sorry. So, yeah, it's 1,000 surety. You're correct.
Thank you.
Your Honor, do we have any updates on the 3 defendants I inquired about? The A. Warren Ford, Dominic Gay, and Devin
Let's see.
Hawk?
Courtroom 2. I don't know if there are any deputies. Oh,
Excuse me, Judge.
yeah.
It's Miss Grace. We're trying to work on Dominique Gay. They're trying to file that case back down. I have the clerk's office online right now.
Okay, so are we going to address Dominic Gay this afternoon?
We're checking into it right now. I have her on, she's calling me back right now, Judge. Give me a
Okay,
second.
go ahead. Go ahead. All right, Miss Thomas, please hold.
Miss Bickerstaff?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, we was just informed that you guys have not refiled that case down for Gay.
okay, let me get on it right now. See, Miss, okay, today.
Is there a deputy in courtroom 2 at the present time? See someone there?
Go ahead, Judge.
All right, we have 3 individuals, Warren Ford, Ford, Dominic Gay, and Devin Hawkins.
Okay, I think Hawkins charge got, NOD. Hold on, I was gonna say. Give me a second, Judge.
Okay, I just refiled Dominique Gay, see if it went through this time, please. As for Ford and Hawkins, I see those were NOD this morning.
Thanks. We are checking now, Miss Bickerstaff.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, what was I was reading something. I didn't hear that. Are we doing something? Oh, Gay has been filed already?
Yes, Gay, I just refiled, and then Ford and Hawkins were NOD this morning.
Okay, so that's the information on the 3 individuals, Miss Thomas. So we're just going to be in a recess until Mr. Dominic Gay appears on screen. Have you
He
spoken?
waived his presence, Your Honor, so.
Oh, he did. Okay, then I'm just waiting on the accusation.
Okay.
Or if you have a booking number, I can go with that. Anybody has his booking number, I can.
His, yes, Your Honor, his booking number is 251
Mhm.
5883.
Thank you.
You said a Warren, Judge?
Oh, no, actually, we are almost done. As soon as we address this one case, then we will be done. We are addressing Dominic Gay. His presence has been waived.
Okay.
So we're just going to be addressing his bond.
Hawkins got NOD.
Yeah. Hawkins and what was the other person's name?
Ford.
Warren
Ford.
Ford, correct?
Yeah, Ford, wait. Okay.
All right, let's see. But oh, I can't see. Let's see now. That was 251 5883. Okay. Dominic Raton Gay is charged with criminal trespass and possession and use of a drug-related object. Accusation number is 25 CR 005167. Mr. Counsel, Ms. Bianca Thomas has waived his presence. And I understand this is his 25th arrest cycle. Mr. Howard, go ahead.
As you can see, it's a lot.
Right. Any FTAs that you saw?
I didn't even get to that.
Oh, you
I
can
know
give,
he got 6 arrests this year for trespass convictions. I think
okay.
one of them, he was in front of you in SAP. He got a bunch of different probations. You see the case numbers and some open cases. Felony too. So.
All right, thank you. I've got a open case pending in Fulton for Fulton County Superior Court, 21 PI 006905.
24
Open-
PI.
Oh, sorry, 24 PI, correct. And then he's got a misdemeanor case, 25 CR 003259Y.
Yeah. And all the other stuff at the top of that. It's a lot.
Ms. Bickerstaff, what's your bond recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is a $2,500 surety bond, $2,000 for the criminal trespass, and for possession of drug-related objects is $500. Just briefly, on August 28th, 2025 at 1980 DeLoe Drive, this is a Valero gas station. Officers were dispatched there due to a criminal trespass call. They spoke with a Mr. Ahmad, who's an employee there, that stated that the defendant was at the rear of the location and had been trespassed off the property. When officers went to the rear of the location, they observed him smoking some type of contraband, and they recovered a crack pipe from his right hand, Your Honor. Given the defendant's criminal trespass history and the open cases for criminal trespass, that is the reason for the state's recommendation.
Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. I understand the court may be familiar with Mr. Gay. He is 26 years of age, long-term Georgia resident, excuse me. He did express to me that he has been homeless for some time. Previously, he had been staying in the hotel with his mother for a little while, but then had to, unfortunately, go back to the streets, Your Honor. He says that he does frequent around that area. Apparently, there's not only just that gas station, but other little shops that he often frequents around. He was previously trying to get into the PAD program. He stated that his father was supposed to try to get in contact with someone with PAD, but obviously he does not have any updates on that. He said he did obtain a 12th grade education. A while back, he was doing some maintenance work with his father at some apartments. But as of right now, Your Honor, he's unemployed and again, residing on the streets. He did state that sometimes those little convenience stores do allow him to clean up behind the store areas. But nonetheless, he does understand that he cannot go back to the Valero gas station. Given that he won't be able to afford anything, Your Honor, I would be asking for a bond amount no more than $500.
Okay. On the criminal trespass, that's going to be 750. On the possession and use of drug-related object, that's going to be 750. His total bond is going to be 1,500. It's a surety bond. Stay away from 1980 DeLoe Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. And next court date is September 11th.
Thank you.
All right, folks, I think that concludes the calendar. I'll see everyone on Tuesday. Y'all have a great, safe, and comfortable long weekend. Take care.
Weekend.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.